everyone, I hope you're doing all great. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. I'm Birgit from and today's pattern hack video or sewing tutorial is this cropped wrap blouse, which I made out of my blouse pattern Stella, which is available in all my shops. The links are down below in the description box. This is, by the way, the original basic Stella version. And yes, today we're making this cute summer wrap blouse. The alterations are that, of course, we have to change the front panel from cut and fold into wrap style. I've also changed the length, obviously, and I've also shortened the sleeves a little bit. I'm happy that you're here with me again, and I hope we will have a lot of fun. So get yourself a Stella pattern and let's start. Have fun! When we're changing the pattern, the first thing to do is to cut the pattern at the waistline. At first, I'm raising the waistline for 1 cm along the side seam. So there, I'm measuring 1 cm upwards, and then I'm joining this point with the left side of the dart. Exactly the same I'm doing at the front panel. Afterwards, I'm adding 1.5 cm here along this line. This will be for the hem later. The back part is now already done, so I can cut it now. The front bodice we have to mirror along the center front to create the wrap shape. So I make sure that there is enough paper at the other side. I'm folding my paper at the center front and then I'm copying the shape to the other side. For the outlines, cutting works very well, and then I have to copy also the inner lines, the waist lines and the dart notches. Of course, the handling here in real life size is a little bit different, so I'm going to show you this here. I've already copied the front panel from the original pattern with a pattern tracer, and then I folded the paper along the center front. And now I'm fixing the 2 layers with pins. And now I can cut the pattern safely along the outlines. Now I'm copying all the inner marks of the pattern with my pattern tracer again. These marks are the new waistline and the dart notches, of course. Then, of course, I'm tracing the small holes in the paper with a pencil. Okay, so the front pattern is prepared. Now we can draw the new neckline. As soon as this is done, we can now draw in the new front edge. For this, I'm drawing in a line in a 90 degrees angle to this sloped part of the waistline, and I'm drawing a line upwards. This new front edge line is 3 to 6 cm away from the left side of the front dart. The smaller the blouse size you use, the smaller I would choose this measurement. And of course the other way around. Then I'm measuring upwards 10.5 cm from the lower edge. These are 1.5 cm for the hem and 1 cm for the neckline seam allowance and 8 cm for our tie width. And from this new point I'm drawing in the new neckline. At the center front I'm going a little bit deeper. In my case this is 2.5 cm, and then I'm just drawing in a nice curve. At the front edge this curve should be a little bit flatter. Then, wherever we got these long necklines, we should shorten the edge of the neckline. For this, I'm drawing a line from somewhere at the left side of the right dart to the neckline edge. Then a second line, which originates at the same point at the lower edge and which is 1 cm away at the neckline. Then I'm bringing the 2 lines together by cutting and gluing again together the paper pattern. Here I'm taking care that the lower point of these lines stay together, and I'm pushing together only the upper ends of these lines. And like this we've reduced the neckline length for 1 cm. Afterwards I'm eliminating the left dart. For this I'm cutting the pattern and bringing together both sides of the dart. In both processes, I'm taking care that the bottom lines are keeping their position, but that means that we have some kind of scales in the neckline now, and these scales I'm just evening out. Now I can also cut all the new outlines of our front pattern. Of course, I'm marking also the notches. And I'm highlighting the lower part of the center front, as this will be our grain line later. Now we can cut our fabrics. The sleeves I would like to make a little bit shorter, and for this I don't make a new pattern piece, but I'm just folding the original pattern along the new hemline, and I'm shortening the sleeve for 12 cm here. Then follow the front and back bodies. Here please don't forget all the notches and the pieces. Then I'm cutting the ties without a pattern. I'm doing these with a single layer, as the wax print is anyways printed on both sides. And here is how I calculated the dimensions of the ties. For the length, I took my waist measurement and added 65 cm. This is for the big bow and the long ties, which you've seen on my photos. And for the width, I've chosen 8 cm. And I've added 3 cm for the seam allowance. Another option, for the case that your fabric is not printed on both sides, you could also make them with a double layer, so saw them and turn them over. In this case, the width should be 18 cm. For the neckline, we will make a workmanship with a bias binding. So at first I'm measuring the length of the complete neckline to know how much bias tape I need. And then I'm cutting this bias tape out of my main fabric with a width of 2.5 cm. As you can see, I have 2 stripes, and these I will sew together later. The next step is to make all the darts, and for this I'm marking all the notches with chalk or clippings at the fabric border. The chalk marks are on the wrong fabric side, of course. Then I'm folding the pattern pieces with the notches at the border aligning and the notches within the pattern piece on the fold of the fabric. The wrong fabric side is now, by the way, showing. Afterwards I can sew the darts from the fabric border to the inside notch. This is what you see me doing here. Of course, this requires a little bit of practicing, but the more you can flatten out the end of the dart, the better it will look later. Then I'm also preparing the bias tape for the neck binding. I'm putting both right fabric sides together and both stripes in a 90 degrees angle like this. And then I'm sewing both stripes together to have one longer one. I'm sewing here with a 5 mm seam allowance only. Afterwards I'm cutting off all the excess fabric corners. At this short seam, I'm ironing apart the seam allowances now. And I'm also ironing all the darts. Here in the back panel, I'm ironing all the darts towards the center back. I'm guiding the tip of my iron only up to the dart's end. Like this, I'm not destroying the shape which the dart creates in the blouse panel. At at the front panel, I'm also ironing the waist dart to the center front and the chest dart downwards. And again, please be careful not to destroy the shape of the blouse panel. So the next point is to make the shoulders. I put the pieces together, right fabric sides together, of course. And here I'm sewing the shoulders together. Please take care that the shoulder dart is still pointing to the center back here. And afterwards I'm casting the shoulders. Now I'm ironing the shoulder seams, and the seam allowance should point here to the front. Now we're making the neckline, and for this I'm sewing on the bias tape, right fabric sides together, onto the neckline edge. If you like to, you can pin this on, but I think this is not really necessary. I'm sewing on the bias tape with 1 cm seam allowance. Please take care that you don't stretch out the fabrics too much while sewing. Afterwards, I'm trimming the seam allowance down to 5 mm. In the stronger curves here at the front edge and at the back neckline here in the corners, I'm clipping into the seam allowance. Like this, I make sure that my neckline curve looks nice later. Then I'm ironing the whole thing. At first I'm ironing the seam allowance apart. Then I'm folding the bias tape to the inside and ironing this edge now. And then I'm folding again the bias tape about 7 mm to the inside of the blouse, and I'm ironing the tape. This I'm fixing with pins. Now I can stitch the neckline, and I'm sewing 5 mm away from the edge. Now I will cast the side seam edges. This I'm doing here separately because I'm planning a hole in one side seam to wrap the blouse properly. And I'm also casting the sleeve seam edges. Now I'm closing the side seams. The right fabric sides are to the inside now, of course, and I'm closing also the sleeve seams. As mentioned before, I want to leave a hole open in the left side seam, and I'm taking care that I have enough space for making the hem, and then I'm just leaving open for about 2 or 3 centimeters the side seam. That means along this side seam I have 2 parts of this seam, the one above the hole and the one below the hole. Then I'm ironing apart all these seams. Then I'm ironing and preparing the hem. I'm folding and ironing the hem edge twice for 7 to 8 millimeters towards the wrong fabric side, and afterwards I'm fixing this with pins. Then I'm stitching the hem with 5 millimeter distance from the edge. Here I'm folding, ironing and pinning the sleeve hem. In this video tutorial I won't show any details how I make the Stella sleeves, because this is exactly the same as for the other Stella options. I'm linking you a relevant video here. So then I'm afterwards stitching the sleeve hem, leaving a small space open. I'm gathering it and sewing it in with 1 cm seam allowance. Afterwards I'm casting the seam allowance, and then at the end I'm inserting an elastic tape into the sleeve hem. Okay, so now we're taking the ties and we are folding and ironing 3 edges of the tie pieces, means 2 long edges and 1 short edge, for twice 5 millimeter towards the wrong fabric side. Afterwards, I'm stitching those folded edges. If you chose the double layered ties, you would now fold these ties lengthwise into the half with the right fabric sides to the inside, and then sew along the long edge and 1 short edge, and then turn it over to the right fabric side. Okay, my edge workmanship is not 100% nice here, but I think that won't be visible too much later when I'm wearing the blouse. Sometimes, me too, I'm just lazy and want to make something quickly, but if you want to make these corners with more effort, you could check out this video of a clean and nice workmanship here. Now that the ties are ready, we will join them with the front panels. I'm putting these right fabric sides together, and normally both lengths, the front edge of the front panel and the tie width, should now match. As you can see it here, I'm putting the unfolded tie end to the front panel. Then I'm sewing both parts together with a seam allowance of 1 cm. Afterwards, I'm casting the seam allowance edge, and of course I have to repeat this step for both sides. Now it's time to cut off all thread ends, and if you've used an overlock sewing machine like me, you should thread in now the seam ends into the overlock seam. As a last step, I'm just stitching down the seam allowance of the linking seam of the ties on the front panels. Okay, we're ready! If you enjoyed the tutorial, leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribe to my channel if you like to, or follow me on social media for more creative content. I'm mainly on Instagram and on Facebook and Pinterest. Thank you very much for watching this video here, and I hope to see you very soon again in my next tutorial. Take care until then. Bye!